is Pawala Tawib Ledishai.
And my name is Kanawan Panyoyai.
Yeah, so today we have some interesting, so important video for you. So as we all know that in shortly of time we're gonna be in school, right?
Yeah!
Yes, and what we're gonna do today?
We are going to teach you how to write the correct reason plan. Yes.
Yeah, also the organize about your lesson plan
For the whole.
Years.
Let's
Yeah.
see together.
Okay guys, let's start with me first. So I'm gonna talk about the indicator and the standards according to the basic core curriculum. The first thing before that you make a lesson plan, you have to understand or the indicator and the standards which is written on the basic core curriculums. So it will tell you what the competency of the student in each grade are required according to the basic core curriculums, and you will have to design the lesson plan to cover all those competencies. So as you can see here besides me is the 2008 core curriculums consists of 4 standards. The first standard is the language for communicative. The second is language and culture. The third one is language and relationship with other. The fourth one is the language and relationship with the community and the world. So for the next box is the indicator, and the indicator is like differently in each grade, so you can look it up in the indicator which in the grade that you are teaching in. However, when you create a lesson plan, you don't have to put all those indicators and the standard in one lesson. You can just manage it as appropriately according to your student capabilities. But after all, when you teach them for the whole years of the academic years, all those standards and indicators should be included. And that is all for my part. So the next part, Ganawan will tell you about what you have to do to make your lesson plan completely.
Alright, for the next class, I'm gonna talk about the designing of the course structure according to the textbook that consists of 5 elements followed by this table. First, lesson. You can use the name of your lesson, follow the textbook, or you can create a new one for your lesson plan. Second, standard and indicators. You have to create your lesson plan, follow the standard indicator. One lesson can have just one indicator or more than one indicator. Third, regional and main concept. It is a key concept of the contents that consists of 2 parts. First, basic elements such as vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation. The second part is about the language skill that contains of 4 skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Fourth, time. You have to manage time to relate to your lesson plan and the activities in your lesson plan. For the last one is a score. Actually, it depends on how much score that you want to keep for your student, but you have to remember that the score have to balance with the times and the lesson plan.
Hey guys, so we come to the third part. So this part I'm going to talk about how to design your lesson plan. Yes, so your lesson plan, it should include these following titles. It will show next to me here. It will include 3 important parts, which are titles, procedures, and evaluations. So first one, I'm going to talk about how to write the titles. How to write the titles, you have to write down the unit plan. It could be unit plan 1, unit plan 2. It's up to you, textbook. And learning areas of language, subjects, grade, semester, years, titles, and times. So we end up this title part here. Okay, so this is the next part, which is procedures. Procedure include 3 important steps, which are standard and indicators. The next one, relational and main concept, and the important one is objectives. Okay, so how to write objectives? Objectives is divided into 3 important parts, which are K as knowledge, P as process, and A as attribute. Okay, so how to write K? It's very easy. You should remember that you should not use the phrase that students are able to understand, students are able to learn, students are able to know, because it's too concrete to measure the performance of student. So the keyword is you have to use the word like students are able to tell, students are able to identify. So for example of writing K objectives is students are able to tell the meanings of vocabularies. Yes. Okay, next is P, process. This one is talking about how students should perform skillfully. So we will use the keyword like students are able to speak, students are able to listen, students are able to write. Yes, something like this. For example, students are able to listen to the audio about world-changing to important events. So come to the last one is A, attributes. Attributes is talking about how students should behave in the class. Okay, so we'll use the keyword like participate, be responsible, or cooperative. For example, students are able to well participate in group activity. Yes. So up next, Alisla will continue this part for you.
The next topic that you need to like is procedure. They are pre-teaching, while teaching, and post-teaching. They are the plan that you need to teach your students. The next topic is media and equipment. The equipment that you use in the procedure or activities, such as worksheet and PowerPoint. The last topic is assessment. After all you teach, you need to evaluate your student. We can make it in form of the table like this. The assessment consists of objectives, evidence, assessment equipment, and assessment criteria. For objective, they are K, PA, knowledge, process, and attribute. For evidence, they are the things that you use to show the objective, such as worksheet and observation form. For assessment is the way that you assess or evaluate your student, such as asking or answering questions, doing activity and observation. For equipment or the things that you use to evaluate your student, as worksheet, activity or observation form. And the last one is assessment criteria. They are divided into 2 parts. The first one is the criteria that show the point exactly as in the table. They say that students can answer question or do worksheet correctly more than or equal to 60%. The second part is rubric that evaluates skills such as rubric of writing skill. And this all for our 3 parts of lesson plan. So guys, I think you get something from our video, and I hope it will help you create your lesson plan perfectly, right? Yes.
And for today, we have to say goodbye because it's all we have to say. And thank you. Bye bye.